Hello, fourth graders, and welcome back. This is Unit 6, Session 2.2, Fraction Cards Continued. Now, I want you to get into your math workbook, and I would like for you to open up to page 369. Let's take a peek at what you're going to be doing on your math workbook, page 369. What's the fraction? Here are pictures of some fraction cards, just like you made the other day. On each one, write the name of the shaded fraction that is shown. So for these four right here, you're going to write the fraction that is shown in the pictures. Let's look at number 2. Number 2 says, choose one of the fractions above and draw a picture of an equivalent fraction. Remember, equivalent means equal. And then number 3, how do you know these two fractions, so the fraction you chose up here and the one you drew right here, how do you know they are equal or equivalent? Write in the space below or on another sheet of paper. Now pause your video, go ahead and finish this page, and when you are finished working on this page, you may press play again so that we can go over the answers. All right, let's look at this first problem. We are writing the name of this fraction that we see in the picture. I notice that I see one whole fraction or one whole square completely shaded in. So I write 1 to represent one whole. But I also have another whole. And in this whole, there are 2 pieces, and of the 2 pieces, one of those pieces is shaded. So I have the fraction 1 and 1/2, because one whole fraction is shaded, and then a half of another whole is shaded in. And we say this is a mixed number, 1 and 1/2. All right, let's go to the next one. Let me first count up how many equal pieces my fraction has, my whole has. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know that I put my 6 on the bottom because it's my denominator. And my denominator tells me how many equal pieces, how many total equal pieces make up the whole. Now, I've got to figure out what my top number or my numerator is. How many pieces are shaded in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my numerator is 5. And we say this fraction as 5/6. All right, let's go to the next fraction. All right, let me draw my fraction line right here. And I'm going to first count up how many total pieces make up this whole. And I want to count the yellow pieces and the white pieces because it's the total pieces. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my denominator is 8 because there are 8 equal pieces in this whole. My numerator comes from how many pieces are shaded in. Now, sometimes the problem may say how many pieces are not shaded in. But in this situation, in the directions, it says the shaded fraction. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is my numerator. So we say this fraction as 6/8. And my last one, I have to see I have 2 wholes. I see in my wholes, it is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But wait a minute, I also have 5 shaded in here. How many total pieces are shaded in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know there are 10 pieces shaded in, but now if I look at a whole, how many equal pieces make up a whole? 5 make up this one. Not 10, 5 make up a whole. So I get the improper fraction of 10/5. Is there another way that I could write 10/5? I see my numerator is bigger than my denominator. So I know this answer has to be greater than 1 whole. I have 1 whole rectangle shaded in here, and I have 1 whole rectangle shaded in here. So 1 whole plus 1 whole equals 2 wholes. So 10/5 is equivalent or equal to 2 wholes. Now, let's go and look at number 2. Choose one of the fractions above and draw a picture of an equivalent fraction. I am going to look at this one right here. Okay, let's take a peek at this one right here. We know that this fraction is 6/8. We want to find an equivalent fraction to 6/8. What if I were to take this, darken in my lines, like that, and draw my line across here, and draw my line across here. Now, this whole, how many pieces has this whole been divided into now? There's 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces, and 4 pieces. My denominator would be 4. Now here's the tricky part. How many pieces of my 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, have been shaded in? I see this piece has been shaded in, that's 1. This piece has been shaded in, that's 2. But then I get something a little wonky right here because there's only half of this shaded in and half of this shaded in. I notice that 2 little small rectangles make up 1 piece. So couldn't I just pretend this is shaded in right here? And if I did, and this was white, there would be 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces shaded in. So 6/8 is equal to or equivalent to 3/4. Now that's just one. You could have done different ones up here. How do you know that these 2 fractions are equivalent? Well, I didn't shade in anymore. I used the yellow that was shaded in. All I did was I drew my lines differently to have equal pieces. And I knew that I could make 8 equal pieces into bigger pieces into 4 equal pieces. And I knew that if I had 4 equal pieces, then I could count up these pieces and see that 3 of those pieces were shaded in. Like I said, I didn't shade in anymore. I just redrew my lines. All right, that's it for now. Have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you soon.